Welcome to the Get Unhooked podcast with Jason Coombs, where experience meets insight. Jason Coombs, nationally recognized speaker, best-selling author, and founder of Brickhouse Recovery, shares hard-earned lessons on resilience, leadership, addiction, and mental health. No filters, no fluff, just real stories, practical wisdom, and a deeper look at what it takes to grow, lead, and keep moving forward. Now here's your host, Jason Coombs.
Hey guys, welcome back. So in this chapter, we are looking specifically at how we change. And that is chapter 3 in Unhooked. In this chapter, we're talking about one of the most important and most misunderstood parts of recovery, and that is how people actually change. Because even if you wondered, why does my loved one keep going back even after they swear they're done? This is where we start to answer that. So check out this graphic. This one is specifically about these life domains. So at Brickhouse Recovery, we teach that a person's life is made up of 8 life domains. Areas like health, career, relationships, finances, and spirituality. Now, this particular graphic is outlining that when someone is caught in addiction, you can see that every one of those areas gets affected. At first, it might just be their health or job, but over time, addiction spreads like an illness, impacting everything and everyone. Now, this is particularly important because the family feels it too. And that's why recovery isn't just about quitting the substance. It's about rebuilding all of these areas to create a whole life and recreate a whole life. Now let's talk about how change happens. There are 6 stages, and people don't move through all of them in a straight line. In fact, they oftentimes bounce around. They relapse, they stall, and that's normal. So check out this graphic. Pre-contemplation is, I'm not the problem. I don't have a problem. Contemplation is, maybe I need to change, maybe not. This is, working for me, but I don't like the consequences. And then preparation is, okay, I'm getting ready to change. I think this is going to be good for me. But there's still no action. And then action is, I'm doing the work, and it's sustained work for a period of time. And the maintenance is, I'm staying the course. I've created new habits and I'm continuing this path. I like to talk about this being transcendence. So it's really like becoming someone new. It's transcending the addicted person and taking all your God-given gifts and using your story and addiction to turn and help other people, like what I'm trying to do here. But surrounding all of these stages is one word, and that is ambivalence, because in every single one of these life domains and these stages of change, they experience ambivalence, where they're weighing out the pros and the cons. Even when someone wants to change, a part of them still wants to keep using. That's the inner tug of war that families see all the time, and it can be maddening. So, expectations versus reality. Here's where it gets tricky. People are in different stages of change in different life domains, as you can see in this graphic. They may be in action when it comes to staying sober, but in pre-contemplation when it comes to repairing family relationships, for example. Or they're totally ignoring their health and finances, which was my case when I first got sober, and I gained 90 pounds in 5 months after I got sober, and I was broke as a joke, and I did not pay attention or care about my finances. So you can see how the stages of change rest inside each one of those life domains. So if you're expecting a total 180-degree transformation overnight, it's not realistic. And those expectations can lead to frustration, anger, and resentment, which don't help anyone. So what can you do as a family member or as a support person? Start by identifying where you are in your own stages of change. The truth is, families need healing too. So, well, here's the gold. If you don't have to fix them, then you're left with focusing on areas that you can fix about yourself. And you can influence them by doing so. So this happens not by force, not through coercion or threats, but through empathy and boundaries and calm consistency. So I like to think of it this way. Don't wrestle with your loved one. Don't lock horns with them, but learn to dance with them. Learn the flow. So remember that change is slow because that is the way change happens. It's supposed to be. Every stage is critical. So you don't want to rush someone through one stage because it won't last. Because real lasting change isn't about behavior. It's about identity. And identity change takes time. So here's your reminder. Let go of perfection and embrace progress. And focus on influence, not control. So I would say that the key takeaways for this chapter is that addiction affects all life domains and that change happens in stages with ambivalence. And it's a process of resolving ambivalence. And people are at different stages of change in different areas of their life. So you can influence them through healthy boundaries and by working on your own life domains where you're off balance. Focus on that and you will gain emotional sobriety, which then leads to attraction in sobriety, which is what you want. And hopefully they will respond in like manner. Oh, and some reflections for chapter 3. I want you to think about what stage of change your loved one is in regarding their sobriety. Are they in pre-contemplation or are they in preparation? Where are they? And then next, I want you to look at each life domain and ask that same question. What stage of change is my loved one in each one of these areas? And then I want you to go into the community, into our private Facebook page, and read the truth nuggets in this chapter and identify these truth nuggets that creates the greatest resistance for you and share that in the community. I want you to shine light on this resistance within yourself because that will give others permission to express theirs and identify areas that they need to change as well. So this will be a great exercise for you. So start there and we're going to get into some cool things coming up. So I'm excited for the next chapter. I just want to thank you for taking the time to listen to this show. Thank you for your support. Thank you for sharing these episodes so that they can help others. This is one way that you can give back and pay it forward is by just passing along this free information to others that are possibly in need. Share it on social media, share it with your loved ones and family members. And don't forget, you can access my book on Audible as well as on Amazon or on my website, as well as you can find information about our services at Brickhouse Recovery at brickhouserecovery.com.